Sip Sukeshni, Sip Anand, Sip Premchandji, Sip Krishna, Sip Gigi, Sip Ashish, Sip Lakshmi, Sip Atmatray, Sip Tina, Sip Bliss, Sip Paratyama, Sip Phone 11, Sip Sagai, Sip Dinesh, Sip Anil, Sip Aim, Sip Meenakshi, Sip Krishan, Sip Girish Ananda, Sip Harshal, Sip Soham, Sip Lawrence, and the rest of you, Sip Saroja, Sip Manisha, Sip Sudam. I can't see the rest of you who are joining the call. Many people joining the call little by little. Here you are. And let me start. So today we have an interesting topic. It's called War and Peace. It's very sad as we are talking, the world headlines is on war. As we are talking today, there is murder and there is killing, and the whole world is in turmoil. My dear friends, why is there so much of war in the world today? Have you ever thought of it? Why is there war? Why is there a war in Russia and Ukraine? Why is there a war? Israel, Gaza, Palestine. Why is there a war? Is it that the world really loves war? Do you think the world loves war? You know, when I talk of war, I look for a bhajan, and the bhajan I found is कहानी दो पुतलों की एक हाथी एक घोड़ा मिट्टी के दोनों बने पर लड़ाई कौन बड़ा हाथी कहे मैं बड़ा घोड़ा कहे मैं बड़ा हाथी कहे मैं बड़ा घोड़ा कहे मैं बड़ा पानी में डाला मिट्टी है दोनों फर्क नहीं थोड़ा. This world is a replica of the war between a 6-inch mud elephant and a 12-inch mud horse. The 12-inch mud horse is saying, "Hey, elephant, I am bigger." And the 6-inch mud elephant tells the horse, "You fool. Hey, you fool, horse. You know, elephant, how big elephant is?" Horse says, "I don't know all that. I am bigger than you. Look at your petty six, you're half my size." My dear friends, why is there war? In this song I write, देश विदेश में होता क्यों है लड़ाई और झगड़ा एक चाहता है दिखाए वो दूसरे से है बड़ा लालच से सब है जीते पर स्वार्थ से क्या मिलता मकसद एक है दुनिया में प्रभु को है पाना सच तो ये है कोई मिट्टी नहीं सब है आत्मा परमात्मा सब में प्रकट है सब में परमात्मा. Why is it so difficult for the world to realize that we are not made of this body, the 5 elements? We are the soul. And because we don't realize we are the soul, we are fighting, we are killing. If you look at the pictures, you can't believe how people are killing. They are breaking buildings and they're killing people and each raping and murdering. You can't believe the horror that is there in the world today. But why? My dear friends, why? Do you know? The primary reason for war is avidya. The primary reason for war is ignorance. The primary reason is the ego has taken over the intellect. We don't know who we are. We don't know why we are here. We don't know what is the purpose of life. We don't understand life. That's why there is war. What is the meaning of war? When somebody is having war, have you thought, what is the meaning of war? It means, it indicates, I am angry at you. I want to kill you. War means I want to kill you. Or it says, oh, I want to take revenge. Last year you did like this. Now this year I will do like this. We want to take revenge. We hate people. I hate you. We say, people, I hate you. Or we are jealous. oh, somebody is more powerful, somebody is more rich than me. I'll kill you. I will attack you. Why, my dear friends? Why are we killing? Why are we attacking? What is the cause of this war? The war is created by I. The war is created by ego. The ego that says I. But we don't know who am I. It is a false ego that is the root cause of war. You see, I have told you many times. Imagine right hand punishing the left hand. Imagine right hand takes a cane and does left hand. You did not listen. Para, para. I hit the left hand. Do you ever find the right hand punishing the left hand? Never. Imagine the tongue. The tongue is punishing the teeth. Why? Because the teeth bit the tongue accidentally. Sometimes don't you bite your tongue sometimes? Imagine you bite your tongue. So the tongue now is trying to break the teeth. Does it happen? Does the tongue try to break the teeth? Never. We have different body parts, but we all know all the parts of the body is one. But the ego divides you and me. The ego creates war because we don't realize who we are. We don't realize we are all part of one divine consciousness. The moment we realize we are part of one divine consciousness, finished. There will be no war. Unfortunately, don't we forgive ourselves for mistakes? We do. But unfortunately, we don't forgive others. We don't want to forgive. We want to fight. We want to create conflict. And the reason we are doing this, we don't know our identity. Imagine today, so much destruction, so much death, thousands and thousands and thousands of people. I am not supporting any part of the war. I am saying war is war. Any war is bad. Any kind of war is bad. And the reason we are having this war is because अविद्या में मैं जीता, अंधकार में जीता, सोचता मैं तन बदन पर, सच में मैं ये ना, मेरे अंदर एक लड़ाई जारी है सदा, अहंकार कहता मैं हूं आत्मा कुछ भी ना, कृपा से अहंकार को पार कर सकता, कृपा बिन मैं मर जाऊंगा फिर जीऊंगा, सच का एहसास मुझको तू ही दिला सकता, तन मन अहंकार से मुझको आके तू बचा. I know how many of you know this song. It's a beautiful song. It says, मैं तो ये तन मन ना हूं ना मैं अहंकार, सच में तो मैं जानू मैं आत्मा और कुछ ना, एहसास हुआ फिर भी फंसा, एक युद्ध मेरे अंदर लड़ता मैं हमेशा, मैं फंसा, मैं खुद में फंसा, there is a war. Inside me, there's a war. My dear friends, the moment we are enlightened, the world will have no war. The moment we are awakened, the world war will come to an end. I'm not saying full awakening, partial. Like many of you have attained awakening, many of you have awakened to the truth. You can't have war because you have awakened to the truth. When we come to know I am not I, then where is me and you? If there is no me and you, there is no war. The problem in war is me and you. In a war, you know what is the most important word? The most important word is versus, VS. Russia versus Ukraine. Israel versus Iran. That versus. The problem in this world is this whole competition itself must be done away with. This competition in this world is causing ignorance. This competition in school. Children are competing with each other. They are hating each other. They are trying. No. It does not mean that you have to be better than somebody else to be better. You be better than yourself. Being better should be, I am better today than I was yesterday. That's a good competition. You improve your performance. But don't keep on condemning people. Don't keep on pushing people down. Understand the cause of war. The cause of war is duality. The belief that we are separate from each other. When sometimes they have matches, India versus Pakistan, they burn chairs and they burn tables. Mad people, mad people, because of ignorance. That's why I'm saying mad people. Ignorant people are mad people. Unless we overcome ignorance, we're like mad people, we will continue war. There's a beautiful analogy. I don't know if I've told you this analogy. A dog. A dog enters a house which has got full mirrors everywhere. Everywhere. So the dog, he looks at so many dogs and he starts by barking. Wow, 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 wow. And all the dogs, it's barking back at the dog. He's wow, 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 wow. And the dogs are wow, 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 everywhere. Wow, 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 wow. And if the dog starts attacking the dogs and he starts bleeding, it's foolish. We are fighting against the mirror image. We are all manifestations of one divine. But our ignorance of ego, I and you, the duality, we fail to realize we are one. The dog failed to realize there was only one dog. There was only one dog. But every time the dog was barking, the reflection was barking back at the dog. My dear friends, we are not truly seeking peace. That is why there is war. We are not seeking peace. If we were seeking peace, there would be no war. And where does peace come from? Peace is within. If you want peace, don't try to find, just still the mind. Peace, don't try to find, still the mind, kill the mind. Peace you will find. When you find peace of mind, then in that state, the ego can be enlightened. Unfortunately, I'm telling you, don't think this is not a relevant topic. Today's topic, war versus peace, is a very relevant topic. It's a very relevant topic because enlightened people must put their foot down and say no to war. Any kind of war, any kind of war is bad. Any kind of conflict is bad. Any kind of fighting, you and me, is bad. And we must do away with one ego, one individual condemning another individual. We must be against it because this is what is creating bloodshed in the world. This is creating hate in the world. This is creating, because of this, we don't realize God. Because of this, we are not realizing God. You know, I think you have heard the famous song of mine. Let me sing the antra and see if you remember the song. It says, शांति में है जो जीवन जीता सत्य का चित करता वो आनंद पाता शांति में ही तो एहसास है होता प्रभु है अंदर महसूस ये होता शांति में ही तो प्रभु है मिलता उनकी जो आवाज शांति में सुनना शांति से मिला क्या सी आनंद सत्य के चित्त में मिला सच्चिदानंद शांति से मिला Shanti se mila. Shanti se. How do you reach that state of eternal bliss? It comes from truth consciousness. How do you reach that state of truth consciousness? Peace. What is peace? Peace is having no mind. Therefore, the enemy is the mind. Flip from mind to consciousness. As long as you are in the mind state, there will be war. Who is creating war? I told you last time, the body is an actor. The body is the actor. The mind and ego, me, is the director. The body is the actor. The mind and ego, me, is the director. But we are the soul. We are part of the creator. Remember this. If we remember we are soul, part of the creator, we will have no conflict. But unfortunately, there is so much conflict because of mind and ego, me. Therefore, war will be, and peace we cannot see. What is the way out? Realization of the truth. Who am I? What does Ramana Maharishi say? Nan Yar. What did Adi Shankara say? Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. All scriptures. I think even the Bible says, thou shalt love your neighbors as thyself. Even the scriptures. Let me tell you, the scriptures, no scripture encourages war. It is wrongly understood. Some scriptures are misunderstood, misrepresented as though the scripture is encouraging war. I think it's not true. My dear friends, therefore, what is the way? What is the way out? The way out is realization of the truth. Who am I? It is to tame the mind and ego, me. Then there will be no enemy because you have transcended the mind and ego. So often I tell you, why can't the people who are having war ask the question, where is the mind? Where is the ego? There is no mind. There is no ego. Then who is fighting? Why is one body killing another body? The mind is making us blind. We remain a fool because of what we are taught in school. In school only we are taught wrong things. In school we are taught you must be better than everybody in the class. In school we are taught you must be the school captain. You have to be better than others. We only are taught, even today we are being taught. Today also we are being taught this. We are not being taught serve others, help others. We are not being taught. And because of this, the whole world is under war. They are thinking of blowing a nuclear bomb. When you think of Nagasaki, Hiroshima, when you think of the Japanese, the nuclear bomb, people are paranoid when they think about what would happen if somebody just attacks with a nuclear bomb. And where there is a mind, this can happen because we are blind. The moment there's a mind, we can be blind. My dear friends, therefore, still the mind, kill the mind. And the ego, I think I am this. I look at the mirror, I say, oh, that's me. This is the essential suffering of human beings. When are we going to go beyond the body, the mind, the ego, me? The ego that says I is a lie. Ego stands tall like a wall. Unless we make the ego fall, we cannot see the divine in one and all. God is in every individual. God is in you, God is in me, God is in the butterfly, the bee, and the tree. God is in the mountain, God is in the sea. God is everywhere, in everything. Yesterday we tried to explain this. Many of you got into a agitation, thinking, what is this? No. It is so simple. Be in peace, be in consciousness. Be in consciousness. God is everywhere. That's yesterday's discussion, today's discussion, same. Everything is Prabhu. Everything, everybody is Prabhu. There is nothing where there is no chance of no Prabhu. Unfortunately, we are not able to see sip in all, see sip in all, love sip in all, serve sip in all. What we want to kill. Are we trying to kill SIP in all? Are we trying to destroy the SIP in all? Who are we trying to destroy? We are trying to destroy others, but there are no others. My dear friends, there are no others. If we want peace and we don't want war, we must all go above the ego, transcend the ego. We have to awaken the ego. We have to enlighten the ego. We have to spread this message of non duality. That's why the message of non duality is so important. The moment there's duality, the problems start. The only way to overcome problem is non duality. सब कुछ सब एक ही है. Everything is one. We have to realize this. And if you want peace, we have to also still the mind. So two things I'm telling you today. Still the mind, peace you must find. Awaken the ego, enlighten the ego. I am not I. There is no mind and ego, me. There is no director of war. There will be no war. You will find peace. And for this, we have to live in consciousness, in the state of consciousness, not in the mind state. That's why today you all experience people getting angry in your own houses, in your own community. People get angry. What is anger? You and me, too. Though, if we are able to awaken the ego, enlighten the ego, there's no you and me. There's no mind. There's no war. There's only peace. My dear friends, the world will become a heaven on earth. There will be no hell because there will be nobody to yell. Why are we having hell? Because we yell. We tell. What we tell? Bad words. We curse people. We spit at people. We shoot people. We kill people. But we will never do it to our own self. So I wish that today's session should be taken in the right perspective, and you should take this session to your friends, to the society. In one song, I write this song: सच्ची जो खुशी पल भर की नहीं है, सदा सुख से जीना, जो सत्य के चित में सदा है जीता, आनंदा में जीता, जो मन से सदा जीता, दुखी हो के सदा रोता, चित में सदा जीना, सच्ची जो खुशी पल भर की नहीं है, सदा सुख से जीना. We must be in the state of eternal bliss in truth consciousness. Real happiness is not momentary. Real happiness is not just ana jana type happiness. Real happiness is eternal bliss. जो क्रोध में सदा जलता, बदला वो है लेता, घृणा में जो है फंसता, ईर्ष्या में वो जलता. You understand? जो क्रोध में सदा जलता, एंगर, बदला वो लेता, रिवेंज, घृणा में वो जो फंसता, दैट हेट, ईर्ष्या, जेलसी, वो जलता, अहंकार दुखी कराता, लालच पैदा है करता, अहम स्वार्थ से वो जीता, अभिमान दुखी कराता, अहंकार को छोड़ आगे बढ़ना. It's time for the world to leave the ego, the mind and ego me. It's time for the world to realize we are divine energy. These songs tell you it's very sad. Such a simple situation that we should not have war. We can't overcome because the world is full of political leaders, religious leaders. They are going on encouraging war. Kill him. We will give you weapon. We will give you money. We will support the war. If we keep on supporting war, where will there be peace? There is no spiritual leader. There are no spiritual leaders who teach people that we are all manifestations of one divine. This world needs spirituality, and we can start a new generation. We in the Zoom call, we can spread the importance of peace and eliminate the point of war. There should be no war. It should be banned. People should be awakened, spiritually awakened. We should overcome ignorance, eliminate all war in the world. It's very sad, my dear friends, but this is the truth. So before I close, let me summarize. You see, the world has war. War is horrible. You don't like to see somebody's head getting blasted, somebody's hand getting cut, somebody's stomachs bursting, some bullets getting shot, some people being raped, some people being chopped. It's the sight of it, the thought of it, the sound of it is too bad. What is the cause of these wars? The cause is ignorance. What is ignorance doing? Creates mind and ego me. What we need, overcome ignorance, overcome mind and ego me. Spiritual awakening, awaken, non-duality, still the mind, peace you will find. Awaken the ego. I am not I. The moment you are able to awaken the ego, you're able to still the mind, then you will go beyond. You will realize the truth. The world has to realize the spiritual truth. Then there will be no war. So this is my submission to you for today. We will move on to Ask AiR. But I want to tell you that next week I hope to talk on a very interesting subject. It's called Sanatana Dharma and how you can attain moksha, liberation through Sanatana Dharma. What is the Sanatana Dharma? So I want to talk about this, and I want to, if any of you have any interesting questions, please ask me, because this is the book I'm writing in November. This is my new book. And when I write a new book, I always share with you what new book I'm writing. So next Friday, I will share with you the new book I'm writing. And if you have any questions on Sanatana Dharma, you want to ask questions, you want to reach that state of, if you want to share some of things on Sanatana Dharma, you can prepare for next Friday. I hope we will be able to discuss how Sanatana Dharma, what is the meaning of Sanatana Dharma, and how that is taking us to the state of awakening, enlightenment. So that is going to be our topic for next week. Administrator, I have finished my 30 minutes. So let us straight away get to Ask AiR. I see some hands going up. Now I don't see any hand. It gives me some time to breathe. The water can be made hot, huh? There's hot water there. That's sweet to do hot water. Yes.
Yes, sir.
We
I
have
bow down
got
to you, sir.
Gopal, Venkat,
Yes, sir.
and Natarajan.
I bow down to you, sir.
Yes, I bow down to you, sir.
Sir, in last 100 years, I
Yeah,
researched 100 years, there are hundreds of conflicts, thousands of conflicts were there in the world,
yeah.
and
One more.
25, 30,
Repeat it. Put one more
30,
bag. Yeah.
35,
Continue, please.
30 major wars were there where 150 millions of people died. Various regions, religious regions, dominance, power, whatever you say, because of ignorance. So, what is my understanding, sir? Suppose in a Russia-Ukraine war, is this a lila of a Prabhu where suppose 1 crore people died, 10 lakh people died? Is it that they have orchestrated or coordinated and created Putin and Zelensky and created such a situation to have the fruits of the karma of these people exhausted?
No, completely wrong.
No.
Completely wrong. See, let me explain to you. God, SIP does not want war. SIP does not want that. SIP is not happy that people are doing bad karma. Take this concept out of your head. SIP is not creating Hitlers. SIP is not creating the terrorists of this world. Don't think that all these terrorists are agents of SIP. Don't think like that. This world can continue to be a peaceful world without war, That from chota mota karma plus minus. Imagine this world is without so much evil. How beautiful the world would be. The world will be a very peaceful world. Don't even imagine SIP is creating these terrorists. No, no, no. I think that's what you're telling. SIP is creating
What I am telling,
beautiful.
sir, ki very
Yeah.
many innocent and citizens, they are also killed in this war. So this is how to explain it on the point of karma theory.
No innocent person is killed in the war. The person who was killed in this war has participated in a war 200 years back.
Back. So this is why this is
Let
the
me let
karma
me
is
let me
coming
let
back.
me let me let me reverse. Gopal, let me reverse. Let me go back 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, 400 years, 500 years, 600 years, 1000 years, 2000 years. Okay? Let's
Yes.
reverse 2000 years. There was no war. I'm talking about 2000, 3000, 4000 years. There was no war. How did war start, Gopal? How did war start?
Now, when people inhabited the land and their dominance because of they want some
Why?
sources,
Gopal, use your intelligence, your intellect. Why?
the main reason is they're separated from each other. You are
Because
telling
of ego, no, Gopal.
ego, yes,
And
mind.
ignorance caused by the mind. And suppose
Ignorance.
today one brother is killing another brother for property. It's happening or not happening?
Is happening.
Why, Gopal? Will the brother who's killing his brother, will he take the property with him?
The answer is only avidya and ignorance.
Exactly.
But
So try to understand this ignorance, Gopal. Ignorance starts with unit one. First, unit one ignorance. It becomes two. Two
yes,
becomes four. Four becomes eight. Eight becomes 16. 16 becomes million and billion ignorance. You understand the point? Or
yes,
एक
yes.
मिनट टी बैग सेम बैग स्पेशल more tea bag and fill it. Huh? So try to understand. We have to reverse. Suppose today we transcend mind and ego from billion negativity. It will come down to half billion. It will come down to 10 million. It will come down to 5 million. It will come down to 1 million. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, you're saying, sir. You are right, sir. But what happens in the 2000 years? There are many masters are there, from Buddha to all the Latin master preachers were there, religions were there, scriptures were there. Still, what happens in every 4 or 5 years? There is a major war. Mane
But that I'm Gopal, because the world did not awaken to this truth. Enough people did not condemn the war. If today, if out of 8 billion people, 7 billion people said no war, no war, no to war, then the world will change.
right, but it seems to be very utopian concept. Matlab.
No,
So
no,
many people will be.
no,
So only lesson is
we-
that only we can liberate ourselves.
no,
Not
we can liberate, and not that. We have to, as a enlightened group, as a group that's enlightened, we must talk of non-duality to people whom we can. We must condemn war. We must put our foot down and say no war.
plus, sir, what I feel from the very beginning of the education system, we are conditioned about religions and other things. We are not talked about non-duality and other things. So our
How will
mind
we
is
learn?
considered, sir. Even at
So,
the age of
Gopal,
old age, yes, sir.
yeah. How will we learn
We
to change?
change is just spread the message.
So are
And
you telling that change is required or change is not required?
the change is required very much, sir. But in the beginning, also, if every children is taught all these things, sir, like you have written a book on spiritually for children, all these things. Every school, every person will read it. Teachers are trained in this subject. Then maybe
Sorry,
massive
Gopal. And there's a
transformation.
war is one of the worst things. Try to understand. War is like it is the height of ignorance.
Plus, sir, one I've seen war is in one day it can be over. If a world government comes, only one government comes, world all the concept of nation is is thrown away. So 60% of the expenditure is expended on defense. That money can be spent on, so 65%.
So think about
So,
it. No, Gopal,
so
Gopal,
solution is
just
very
think.
simple, but this is very difficult to attain.
No, this is not difficult to attain. This is possible to attain. Don't say you're telling it difficult to attain is wrong. Sorry to say.
Oh,
Don't say difficult to attain. Say this is what it should attain.
yes, okay.
I'm asking you, if everybody starts eating garbage from the dustbin, so will you agree that it's good to eat garbage from the dustbin? Because everybody is eating garbage from dustbin, so it is good to eat garbage from dustbin.
No, no, obviously not, sir.
No, so we have to change it.
Change it.
We have to put our foot down. We have to, as a group, in this Zoom call, if we spread this point that war is ignorance, war is bad, war must be condemned. We from basic intelligence, we have to stop war. Because when you're stopping war means what? We are saying see sip in all, love sip in all, serve sip in all. What war means? War means destroy sip in all, kill sip in all, murder
Division,
sip in all. Is it
division
good,
only.
Gopal? Is it good?
No, no, it's not good, sir. So we very much required all these things, sir. Knowledge and
So
experience.
we should let us not say it is happening from 5,000 years, so it will continue. No, not an acceptable logic. It
Mindset.
must change. It
Change.
must change. We must change it.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Venkat, thank you. Venkat Natarajan will.
Shivom, sir, to everyone.
Sure.
So,
Yes.
my question is I agree with you completely. There should be no war or something like that. But isn't it in the past or even now, we might have to make a decision for the righteous of the society? For example, best example we can take is from our whatever is it happened in Mahabharata. Krishna could have advised Arjuna ki don't fight because you and Duryodhan are same. You are part of the same ship. So let it go and don't fight and like try to realize yourself. But he advised him and he says like, oh, you are not killing the soul, you are only killing the body. Okay, but it's your dharma, it's your duty to go and fight. So this is a very serious question. Someone, actually this
What
debate
do you,
happened to me.
Venkat, attending this call from so many days, what do you think from your soul and your consciousness?
I would say if I'm enlightened, I would not care about whether I'm getting the Rajya or I'm getting the kingdom or not, you know. But as a Krishna who was a manifestation of the God, why didn't he not advise?
But that is a problem, na? Don't mind me telling you, it is not only Krishna. Forget about Krishna. It is Ramayana, it is Mahabharata. All these mythological tales of gods are all about fighting.
Hmm.
Should we participate in that?
No, right. But that is
This is
what we've
wrong.
been, yeah.
Yeah, we have been taught. So we have to understand. If we take that literally, that Krishna told Arjuna to fight war means now also that this Netanyahu must kill all the terrorists.
So my question
Then
is, if I'm enlightened and awakened, if someone comes to try to kill me, as some robber or someone tries to kill me, I should let him do because nothing. I'm not going to get killed. I should accept it as whatever is the karma is, and I should not retaliate or fight. As an awakened person will not do it.
so are you saying an awakened person will not defend himself?
Because he realizes there is nothing true, because ego, he whatever is a person in front of you is the same as me. Should
See,
he or should he not?
so self-defense is not wrong. Even in, suppose today we are talking in this call, tomorrow a cobra comes to attack you. Will you just let the cobra kill you?
No. So in the same way, when it comes to the country, the self-defense makes sense or no? Right? For example, if your
yeah.
neighboring country, you want a peace, but if a neighboring country is bothering you or something, then your country will say, oh, no, that let it happen. I don't want war. As a
So
leader
what
of the country.
so what you're saying is 100% right.
Hmm.
Correct? So
Hmm.
if for example, so the question is, where does the reverse start?
Hmm.
You tell me if this is the case, Venkat, as an intelligent person, therefore what you are saying, like Gopal, so this will never end.
No, we want this to end. But what is the solution of people? How do you See, what you are saying, that can happen only when everyone is enlightened, right? If I
Exactly.
am
No,
enlightened,
not everybody. Everybody must awaken.
awaken,
I'm,
right?
everybody must, there must be, see, today, they are not able to call truce. They are not able
Mm,
to compromise. They're not able to have a
right.
ceasefire. Why are they, I'm asking you, why they're not able to stop the war?
That's a ego. Ego.
It will never end. No, Venkat, that means it
Yeah.
will never end.
Mm,
And this not ending of the war because of ego means that this world will continue to be in avidya and this
right.
world will never be awakened.
Right. Right. That makes sense. Yep. Mm. At least in Mahabharata, we can see Krishna went multiple times to make a truce. We have that in the example. Like he went multiple times with the he said, "कि बोला कि इसे 5 गाँव दे दो मुझे और कुछ नहीं चाहिए." Right?
Yeah.
Something like that. He did it. He tried his best that war should not happen. So,
But see, so what they there the end of the story is a comedy, no? End of the story is okay, the war is over and everything is here. They lived ever happily ever after. Correct?
Mm, right.
Am I right? That's the end of the story. But here
Right.
that's not the end of the story.
Mm,
The end of the story is the word that there is the world. I'm asking you today. Can you say that as every century is going forward, war and conflict is reducing or increasing?
increasing a lot.
Increasing. This is the
Yeah.
problem.
That is a different problem. Yeah.
I hope you're getting my point.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
as long as this war and conflict continues to increase, so I'm asking you a question now. Okay,
Mm.
now hypothetically, you and Gopal, hypothetically, suppose we start to reverse this. We reverse this from the education system. We reverse this from the children who are born to tell the children that we are all one. We stop this religions fighting each other. We stop competition with each other. We change the whole concept, the philosophy of life. Then over the next 100, 200, 300, 400 years, what will happen?
I think the peace will prevail, and the war will
Exactly.
exactly.
You know,
I
they say,
agree with you. The education system needs to change. बचपन से हमको बताना चाहिए कि I'm not this body, I'm not
exactly,
mind.
exactly,
Till that
exactly.
time, because what you said initially, like, see, when we also grew up, our parents would say, "Oh, उसका तो 5 rank के अंदर आता है, तू तो 10 rank." They also used to feel they used to make us
Exactly.
competitive with our neighbors, even with our cousins, right?
So it's very bad. No, Venkat, think about it.
Yeah.
Today, again, do you think what your parents did was right?
No, not at all. Not
So
at
no,
all.
you as a parent cannot do the same mistake with your
Yeah,
children.
no, definitely not. Yes.
And what I'm saying, this transformation will not come like a magic wand. The whole world will be transformed tomorrow. Will it be like that?
No. We have to become that. We have to go and spread that message.
Yeah.
Every individual.
And
Yeah.
slowly, we have that realization has to multiply and multiply and multiply and multiply. Maybe it will take 10 generations. I don't know. It may take 5
Mm,
generations, 10 generations. But, for example, earlier, youngsters would believe in these mythological stories. Today, you
mm.
ask youngsters to believe in mythological stories.
No, they cannot. Yeah.
तो ऐसे तुम भाड़ में जाओ, आई डोंट केयर अबाउट यू,
Right.
तुम्हारा ये भगवान इधर फाइट किया, उधर किधर है तुम्हारा भगवान, कहाँ फाइट,
Mm,
कौन सा भगवान फाइट किया?
पर आजकल लेकिन most of the जो war है, it is religion is a kind of a root cause, if I'm
Of
not wrong.
course, see,
It's a root cause.
religion religion is one of the root cause. And then this power, for example, there's this powerful countries that colonized so many countries in the world.
Right.
With
Right. Right.
what business they have come to go and colonize the countries and and
Right.
and,
Right.
and make them slaves?
Right. That's true. So have you ever tried, sir, like to reaching out to Indian system where they can say education should be changed to include this kind of non-duality teaching also as part of
See, so yeah,
like
we have
people
some,
like you have a say to go and tell and change it instead of I like if you have some kind of either some kind of a connection or contacts to make this difference.
yeah. So what I believe is each of us has something. So maybe one of you in this call may take this as your mission. My mission is to first create 100, 200, 300 awakened people.
Mm.
You get my point?
Right, yes.
If there are 100 or 200 people, those 200 awakened people can create a fire in the world,
Right,
a fire of light.
right.
If my attention goes away there, then I will not be able to help you all to awaken, which is my challenge first.
Right. That makes sense. Yes.
My primary, and what am I telling this to you all today as one of the subjects we are talking of awakening and enlightenment.
Mm.
And if you all have a difference of opinion, then you must discuss with me and not agree. See, whatever you said, even fighting our enemy is not the solution. Sorry to say, I don't agree that fighting, we have to find a way to solve it. Because the fighting will not, what is it? An eye for the eye will only make the whole world blind.
Right. Mm.
Fighting is never going to be a solution. Fighting is going to only create more and more and more problems.
See, but when you talk to most of the people like us around where I'm working or where I'm socializing, they will say, "Yeah, war is खराब." सब लोग बोलेंगे war अच्छा है यार, यहाँ peace, Palestinian और Israel के बीच में peace हो जाना चाहिए. Everybody will say that.
Yeah.
But still, it's been for कितना 60, 70, 80 साल से it's not happening because we are not the decision maker here. We can only spread the message, right?
Obviously, we can't change anything. Now, I'm not saying anybody in this call can stop the war in Ukraine or Israel tomorrow.
Right.
But we are trying to spread the message of truth.
Right.
We want the message of truth to go from this forum, from this Zoom call. We want the message of truth to vibrate to the world.
Yes, I agree with that. Yes.
That war is not a solution. Is war ever going to be a solution? Never. Because the ego will never agree. I am wrong, you are right. And the mind will never be, the mind will create all the negative toxic thoughts. The ego will create the monsters. The world will suffer.
See, like when the question when I asked you in the start, this conversation happened to me with one of my Christian friend here. And he's a very religious Christian Catholic. And he said it, our God didn't retaliate. He spread peace by sacrificing himself or getting crucified. But your God advised to do war, to kill other people. So that's why I was just thinking, and again, usme bhi unka kuch, he had some personal intention to convert people, or those kind of intentions are there. So I was thinking, yeah, one point of time I think maybe it is right, but I don't know what the circumstances was there at that.
So Venkat, we always in this call say one thing: don't worry about what happened to Christian God 2000 years ago, and don't worry about what happened 5000 years ago or 7000 years ago.
What we can do now. Yeah,
exactly. Focus on the word, on the moment now.
Right.
What is the situation now? Is war good or bad today? Can anybody in the whole world say this war is good? Can any one person in the world say war is good?
No.
We have to stop it.
Yes, I agree.
And how do you stop it? I gave you the solution today. You stop it by realizing war is bad, by realizing war is caused by mind and ego, by transcending mind and ego. We must change education system. Our generation, it's going to change over a generation.
Yes. Okay. Yep, I agree.
Suddenly, I'm telling you, suddenly in the world, suddenly. I don't know if you know this or not. Where do you live, Venkat?
New Jersey.
You eat meat or you don't eat meat?
No, I'm a vegetarian.
You get a lot of plant-based meat now in New Jersey. Have you tried the plant-based meat?
I tried it once or twice, yes.
How come the whole world is changing to veganism and vegetarianism?
Right.
How can tell me how the world is changing?
Because the message isn't spread. Exactly.
You get the point? Like this same way, how there was no question. If I used to go to a restaurant in America or Europe, it was impossible to get vegetarian food.
Now, in my area itself, I can say there are at least 10 to 15 vegan restaurants, fully vegan, Chinese vegan restaurant, Italian vegan restaurants.
Then tell me how did it happen?
The knowledge, awareness,
This shows there is hope for change. I go to a McD. In a McD, you get a vegetarian chicken burger. I go to a Burger King, you get vegetarian chicken nuggets. I go to KFC, you get a vegetarian KFC. Everything is available in non-meat.
Right. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah.
So this is a sign that the world can change. If everybody starts saying no to war, no to war, no to war, and starts respecting the temple of God inside us, the world can change.
I agree.
Thank you,
Totally.
Venkat. Very interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Natarajan and Will. Nataraj and Will. Will. Nataraj is not there. Please give Will the mic. Will, unmute and speak. Administrator, is Nataraj or Will? कौन कर रहा है?
Natarajan.
Natarajan is not available, so Will.
Natarajan.
Please.
Hello.
Unmute Will. Yes, Natarajan, please continue.
Mute Pantana. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. We are waiting for you, Natarajan.
I am Natarajan. I bow down to you.
I bow down to you. Tell me, sir.
Sir, today's topic is very nice, but what you have said is, it is from the root level we have to start the things. From the education system, in the family, and in the surroundings, in all places you should spread.
How will it spread, Natarajan? How will it change that? How will the education system change unless you don't change? Unless you must change today.
Definitely. First of all, we should have to enlighten. Then we'll have to see we are one and same. Myself and yourself are one and the same soul.
Correct. That is the truth. That is the essential truth of life.
That we'll have to educate from the children, child level always, in the school.
Correct. But to educate.
We have got a moral instruction system in the schools previously. Now it has been abolished. So we have to introduce a class in the moral instruction that spirituality is one of the things where you and everybody is one and the same. Like that, that thought process should start from the school system. And in the family also, previous generations, the family used to say, the head of the family will say whatever the things, the youngsters will agree to it. Now, everything is being questioned. That has to be changed. Previously, in earlier years, we used to listen to our parents, whatever they say. We will not go scientifically whether it is true or not. Okay.
But that is the problem, no? That's right. We are saying if everybody listens to everybody, then there will be no change.
No, everybody see that the person who is telling should be awakened.
No. So therefore, everybody must use their intelligence. Yeah. Everybody must question. Every youngster must question what is right, what is wrong, and choose the right path.
And then they should not have an ego. I am great, you are great, like that.
So therefore, that is the essence of today's talk. The problem is mind and ego, me. Mind is causing avidya, ignorance. Ego is causing I.
Yes.
This is the problem of all conflict, of all war. So the whole discussion, I hope you were there for the discussion. I hope you heard.
Yes.
So we as a group, we should start talking about this. When we are talking about so many things, what vegetables to eat, which movie to go, which shirt to buy. But we should condemn the concept of war. Because in essence, when one person is fighting another person, both are manifestations of God.
Yes, agreed.
This is a simple truth. That's all. We should move forward. Okay. Thank you, Nataraj.
Yes.
We have to close in 5. Thank you. We have to close in 5 minutes. Will, and then quickly we will have after Will, Surinder and Lohit. But Will can, I think it will subject as well. Yes, Will.
Shivahong, thank you. Very interesting subject today. You talked about schools and changing the school system, and already in India there are already quite a few independent school systems. That whole issue everybody have gone into. Krishnamurti did it, the Montessori people did it, and so on. But I think really the problem starts before the school. It starts in the first 5 years of life. The life decision is already completely finished. If you can't stop it before 5 years, it's all over. Then the machine's already operating. By the time they get to school, it's all over. But the problem with that first 5 years, it starts with the parents. You get these two people, they come together, already the problem has already begun because of their decisions that they're kind of thinking. So you've got to start with maybe you've got to start with the parents, but you always go back a stage. But for me, there's one issue, there's one group of people who are being forgotten in this, and these are the old people, because these people are all put into the back, they're put into hospital, they're put out of the way, but these are the ones with the wisdom. And somehow I think it would be useful, because they're sitting in the back, they're not doing anything, they've got lots of wisdom, and I think that they would have a lot of influence in society if they could just be brought in. Because you've got to break this cycle. You see, you get the parents, they come together, they're already loopy, you know. They have a child, that child is inevitably going to be half mad. Then it goes to school. So that you've got to try to break this cycle. I think if you bring the old people in somehow and get them to start producing the wisdom and telling the young people that you're crazy, you know, so that they're directly engaging with their own families, because at the moment they're pushed out. The young people, they're crazy, they pass on this madness, so you get the madness passing through the generations.
Yeah. So what you said is absolutely correct. Will, I don't know, I am not giving you a solution to how this whole thing is going to change. In this call, my submission to you is war is something we should all condemn. And not only condemn it a little bit, we should believe how I just gave the example, the world is moving to veganism and vegetarianism. It is really a fantastic change. I can tell you, because I was personally a meat eater for the first 25 years of my life. I used to love to eat meat. Even today, I love the taste of meat, but I cannot eat meat because it's wrong. It's ethically wrong. It's morally wrong. I can't eat.
I have one more idea, and this is also that there's I think just by getting a group like this, you have a direct influence on the society. You can't explain how it happens, but as long as there are groups of people who are meditating, you have a direct influence. I can't. What was his name? Maharishi did a lot of research on this, but there's a direct influence on the society as long as you have people like group like this who are becoming enlightened, and then you get it actually cools the society down. So there's a direct principle.
So Will, before I let you go, so if each one of you spread this message to 100, 200, 500 people, then the message vibrates and people start seeing. Very interesting question. He said, people are saying, if Krishna told Arjuna, you fight the war, then why should we not fight the war? Now, the point is, we are not going to go back 5,000 years ago and 7,000 years ago and question that. We are going to question what is right today, what is ethically right today, what is morally right today, what is the truth. And I wish that today's session will help people open your eyes and take this message forward to the world. But time is coming to an end. I have to close. So I think, only Sundargiri. Yes, Sundargiri. If Sundargiri wants to speak, yes.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Today's topic is very interesting, sir.
Tell me.
Yeah. So after the Second World War, the scientist Albert Einstein wrote the letter to the psychologist Sigmund Freud.
Yes.
Yeah, regarding the war. So what can be this? His question was the question by Albert Einstein was, what can be the solution to stop the war? He was asking the solution to Sigmund Freud.
Okay.
And Sigmund Freud replied him as war is inevitable. War can't be stopped forever. Because in human existence, in human mind, there are two qualities. That is, one is Apollonianism and Dionysianism. Like for example, good, bad.
So I'm asking you,
beautiful, ugly.
What is your intelligence telling you that over the next 5 generations, 10 generations, war can be stopped or cannot be stopped?
Yeah, Yeah, I myself may say that war can be stopped.
That's all.
But
That is all.
but
Don't let us not worry about what Sigmund Freud said.
yeah,
Because no, if he said war is inevitable and you and me agree war is inevitable, that means we are ignorant.
yes, sir. But in our minds, sir, there are always a duality,
My
like
dear
good,
Sundar,
bad, good, bad.
my dear Sundar, where is the mind? Have you seen the mind? There is no mind. Kill the mind, kill the war, stop the war.
So
If people,
yeah,
I,
the Sigmund Freud clearly mentioned that it can't be stopped. It is
my dear,
inevitable.
my dear, I
So
appreciate
whatever,
you. I
yeah,
appreciate your bringing this point to the call. Okay, but let us be very clear. If meat eating can be changed from meat eating to vegetarianism, war can be stopped. The world is changing from a meat eating world to a vegetarian world. You know that or you don't know that?
I know very well that.
That means it is possible. Change is possible and peace is possible. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for your wise, very important points you brought, Sundargiri. But I think the time is over. We have to close with folded hands. Please take this message that we should be divine instruments. We are all sick. There should be no war. There should be peace. And to remove this, we have to eliminate mind and ego. Mind doesn't exist. Ego is a false identity. If you eliminate the mind and ego, the world can have peace. With folded hands, I bow down to you.